All right, this is Joey Reynolds with Robert. We don't have two mics to share. You got to share
Oh
this.
no.
And your voice is a little lower than mine.
Yeah.
I don't mean lower that way, Bob.
It's just softer.
Yes, you're very soft spoken. That's because you're an artist.
I don't talk all day.
You don't talk to anybody, do you? How about when the dog takes a big crap on your lawn? What do you?
My patio.
Yeah. Well, do you have real grass on the patio? No.
No.
My friend Johnny Kay in California, in Burbank,
Uh-huh.
he put you can't water anything because
Right.
of the new restrictions. He put all fake grass in there.
That's a good idea.
And so I sent him a fake dog.
Well, that fake grass starts to smell like urine.
I
if you-
sent him fake crap. You know that? Remember you used to leave that crap
Oh,
on the window
shit.
there?
Yeah.
Are you distracted by
No,
everything?
Did you hear that bang?
Someone leaving their screen door.
Oh,
What is
getting
with you?
screened.
What is this about you? I mean, you've
Are you
become a
attacking me
fear monger.
already?
You have become fearful. You've changed dramatically. You used to laugh at everything and have a good time. Now you sit there and
Hey,
I heard
did
a
it-
sound. Was that a gun?
No, when I spilled coffee on myself, did I get all bent out of shape?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You wouldn't change and you wouldn't
Well,
put on a
it's,
shirt
it's
that I
almost
gave you.
dry, and I smell like coffee.
So what?
That's exactly right.
Well, who's going to smell you? There's no.
just-
There's a big sign that says "Smell me."
I don't know what to say.
Lift your arm.
Smell me.
When we left off here the other time, a couple of weeks ago, you and I were getting into a real big bad place about politics.
Well, yeah, let's
So
start.
we'll avoid it today.
Why?
No, because I don't want you to push the button and stop the
Oh, yeah,
the
no,
taping. You did
yeah,
that.
we edited that
Yeah, you
out.
think that's all you do when you're at home with your television? You just push the button when you don't like something.
That's right. It's not a
Well,
smart
that's
TV.
not me. No, and the TV has gotten smart and you got dumb.
I don't have a smart TV.
Yeah, well, you do have one.
No, I don't.
You do.
No.
You have one with. I'm your smart TV.
Oh, that's a
I'm the smart ass TV.
Yes.
Hold the mic for a minute.
Okay, hold on.
I want to show you what's happening with inflation. I
The
mean,
mic.
not that you don't know this already. Hold it, just hold it.
I'm holding it. I'm holding
Okay.
it.
This is the famous Joey Reynolds cheese box. It's not a cheesy box, it's a cheese box. Now, Bob designed this. Robert Fleischer designed Joey Reynolds cheesecake box.
It's a detail of a painting. It's only half the painting, but it's the most important part of the painting because it's Joey in space right there. That's Joey right there. I did that before he came back to New York at WOR. I said, Joey, you need to be back in New York. And so I put him in this top Times Square painting. And then when I sent you the picture of it, you got a phone call from Bernstein. What's his first name again?
David Bernstein.
David,
Yeah.
right. And he hired you for WOR. So that
Right.
was good.
But then I got hired for NBC.
That was before WOR.
Was it?
Yeah.
I
And
forgot.
That was in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you're in your 80s, you have to allow
Yeah,
for
right.
shrinkage. You know that.
This is in the 90s.
All right, so here, now we're 2022, right?
Good God almighty. Almost
Look at this.
2023. Well, that what's inside of it is even better.
And look at it, it was a 10-inch cheesecake that was at this box was filled. Remember
Uh-huh.
when I was at Bloomingdale's with the cake,
Right,
and
so
we were mailing it
Bloomingdale.
out in this box, right? For about $20,
Uh-huh.
you could have the $30 included the cake and the box, right?
I
Now
don't
they
know.
charge you $30 for the box.
Oh, and they charge you 60 for
But wait,
shipping.
let's give you the inflation buster. Look at how we have shrunk.
Oh, yeah, that's called inflation.
Yeah, the greed cake. What do you call it?
That's delicious. It's an unbelievably delicious.
What do you call this
coffee.
time in history though? Greed?
Greedflation.
Okay, hold it up.
Don't
Go ahead.
drop it.
That doesn't matter. We'll make another one.
Ooh, baby, that thing, this is pure gold.
This is the new pumpkin one.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Well, it can take it because
oh yeah.
it's sturdy. See, this
Yeah.
one you can knock around a little bit, and it's
No,
not going
don't knock it
No, but it's
around.
not going to do anything. It's sturdy. It's a sturdy cake.
That's not shrink wrap, is it?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Well, I wrapped it in underneath this thing. Is the wrapping for it? There's two wraps. See,
Oh,
this
I
is a
see.
Reynolds wrap, and that's a
Internal wrap.
internal wrap. Yeah. So this is like Trump, double down.
Oh my God.
Really double down.
It's the best cheesecake in the world.
We don't want to tell people what's in it, but it's got lime.
And also, it's got deliciousness.
Yeah, it's the crust. You love the crust. Now see, these are Florida crystal sugars.
Yeah.
Now this sugar from the Everglades they don't have a big crop because it's only one state, one section
Huh.
with Florida crystal.
Who knew?
The Cubans, they knew. They came here and they discovered that we have sugar.
Yeah.
They didn't know that. They thought they were the owners of growing it. It
Anyway.
was sugar cane and Abel. We were
Right.
Abel, and they
Yeah.
thought they had the market cornered. See, it's like the Russians think they got the market cornered on energy. What's going to happen is the energy of Europe is going to turn them into useless because we're going to figure out how to drive cars. We're going to figure out how to go to various countries and create peace and harmony and love and community, common unity, like we're doing when there's a tragedy, like we've done in this great state of Florida with this ridiculous governor. I call him Governor Disney.
Oh, yeah,
But
Disney.
look at how he positioned. This is a little political, but it's not because of the party. It's because look at how these guys spend all this money to stay in power. They all do this. This is not a Republican Democrat thing. They all do this. And he's a nice guy. I'm sure. He seems like a nice person.
They're all nice people.
Yeah, he was fine with Putin. With Biden, not Putin. Nobody's fine with him. But they talk to each other and they're civil. You know what I mean? When they get off of this stage, these guys are like us.
Mm-hmm.
When you get off stage, like I was with Howard Stern, who's on the radio, and he always has to find fault with me. That's a routine.
It's a routine.
And Imus, yeah. I worked with him. I worked with all of these assholes. I started with Howard Cosell. I mean, I had Howard Cosell in homeroom. Where? In Miami in 1960. I had Howard Cosell in this ear, and I had
Larry King.
Larry King in the other ear. Now, what do you think is going to happen to the brain?
It's what happened to his brain.
Whammy in Miami. I got whammied, all right. And then in 1960, they put me and Larry Kane, who was the big Beatles expert. He went to Philadelphia. Larry and I worked together. Larry Kane. Yeah, newsman.
Uh-huh.
So we were both kids. We were young, 19, 18 years old or something like that. And the Cuban invasion.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean, the revolution?
Revolution, yeah, that was no invasion. We didn't invade them. We talked about it. But
was a few
we
years
had
later.
the Cubans come over here and they were in front of the Christopher Columbus statue on Biscayne Boulevard, where our studio was on the Chamber of Commerce building. That's where we were. And the owner of the station lived in the boat that was on Surfside. It was right across from Eden Rock Hotel. Miami was really a good harbor, a safe harbor. The Cubans are very lucky to have it. So now what do? They run for office and say that they don't want socialism like they had in Cuba. What the hell kind of a campaign is that? Who of our people here in this country wants socialism? Who wants socialism?
I don't think anybody, but
All of us.
well,
We all want socialism
there's
because
certain-
we are social networking. We're
Right.
socializing.
Well, you're
We
talking
are-
about
That's socialism.
right.
That
okay.
is socialism.
I
The
was
ism
thinking
part.
I was thinking of how it's been distorted.
That's dictatorship.
Yes.
Different. You mean you don't want a dictator?
No.
We just got rid of one who almost killed everybody on January 6th. Almost
And-
killed the democracy.
And on the last hearing, on Jan 6 hearing, they released new footage taken by Nancy Pelosi's daughter, who's doing
Yeah,
a
I
film.
saw it. She was
for
doing a
HBO,
documentary on her
and they
mother.
showed and she showed Mitch McConnell, Scalise, and all these people.
Put the mic near your mouth. Near your mouth. Put it near your mouth.
But they can hear me.
No.
You're interrupting me.
I know, because I'm trying to show you something and you're fighting
But
me.
I'm putting it
Put
in
it
the middle.
near your mouth. Not. I want to hear you.
But I want to hear you. Here, then you hold it. What was I saying? What was the
We're talking
question?
about Nancy Pelosi's daughter doing a documentary, and Nancy Pelosi
Showing them-
something with that. The Republicans and Democrats can get along together.
They were working together to clear the House and the Senate building. And they were all working together behind the scenes, just like we're supposed to all work together. But then, after the fact, during the mayhem of post-insurrection, Scalise gets on in front of the cameras and accuses Nancy Pelosi of not doing anything, calling for the National Guard or anything. But he was standing right there when
But
they saw
you
all of it.
understand, listen, what you're talking about, you're too into it.
But I
You're
mean,
too
why?
because it's show business. Do you
No,
understand that?
this is-
Wait a minute. Running for office is not running for office. It's the I'm going to tell you what it is. You want to know what politics is in a sentence? Should I give it to you? You're a political science major.
Go ahead. I'm a
It's
captive
the
audience.
theater of elegance.
Oh,
The theater of elegance.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget it. I learned that from Alan Berg, who got killed by neo-communist
Oh, right.
Nazis
Nazi, yeah,
when I was
neo-Nazi.
in Denver on
Right.
radio and television, and so was he. And he got murdered because he talked like you're talking now. Because there were people that did not want to give up their rifles, their guns. Now, you know, I ran someone for office in Texas.
there's
Ray-
too many guns. Too many. We've got 15-year-olds.
How can you?
It's too late.
There's too many. There's too many missiles. There's too many.
Everything.
There's too much Swiss cheese.
There's too much inflation.
There's too much holes in everything. Come on.
It's too much.
What is this? The too
many-
much
too much.
discussion?
Too much.
Let's get
Is it
down
too
to
much?
how you know the too much is there's not enough brain power. There's not enough decision making in the individual person maybe. That I'll go along with, and there's not enough education.
Mhm.
There's not enough experience. We're out of.
I want to hear you.
You are hearing me.
No, I want.
You do. Stop directing the show. You're directing it
You're
while I'm
talking,
on
but
it. Because your voice is lower, and I've been told that.
Oh,
So I'm trying to get you on mic. Do I have to tell you this on the air?
Yes.
Are you that ill?
look at how many people does it take to get a smart TV working?
It takes one smart TV to outsmart a dumb person. Who needs a smart TV? And what are you on that for?
Because I think they're still trying to figure it out.
Well, what's that? You don't know. You're taking people into your head. They don't know what you're talking about. This audience does not know what you're saying. It's
I
like
know.
Johnny Carson. You got to tell 3 jokes, not one.
Oh.
So what you do is you have to set it up. My ex-wife and her partner are in the other room trying to figure out how to get sound back on
the TV.
on the new,
brand new.
smart TV, which they bought. And I have made it even worse because I went in there and tried to help them. You know, if I could really help them,
Oh,
I wouldn't
boy.
be divorced.
It was something to see, something to watch.
Well, but you didn't tell the audience
I
that.
know.
See, you went right into the.
So this is improvisation.
But you have to set it up, Bob.
No, you don't.
You don't just step out, stand
Not
on
on one of
stage.
these, you don't.
You do on everything. What are you talking
I'm just
about?
kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm playing
You
with
have, well, you have to set it up. You have to set something up. You're taking someone into your head. You know, it's like your art, your
Listen.
artwork.
This is your wheelhouse, not mine.
That's right. And that's why I'm trying to put the mic in your face.
Oh, okay.
It is my
It's
wheelhouse.
actually your fist.
So what are you doing for this year for the Christmas cards that you send out every year, which have a socialism,
Usually it's humor. Usually I try
social
to be,
messages, humor?
Usually something.
Okay.
This is a little bit more serious because of the proliferation of random murders in our society. And it's a comment on that. Since we just got done with the sentencing of the Parkland shooter, and then there was the supermarket in Buffalo, and then Uvalde in Texas, and it just keeps going on and on.
You're going to review all of this.
We don't even have any. There's no time on the news for them anymore. They don't even report it. There was one a couple of days ago in Raleigh, North Carolina.
It was
Barely
reported.
got-
It was reported. As a
just
15-year-old.
Yeah,
It was
blip.
got reported.
Yeah.
How did I know that?
because it's just a blip on the screen now.
It
It's
wasn't a blip.
It's just
They showed the people whose lives were disrupted.
becoming-
One was an ex-marine who became a police officer,
Mhm.
and he was off duty. They went through everybody, so
Yeah.
you're not right about that.
Well, my point is that it was a 2-minute story on the news. They ran by all the facts, and then it was on to the weather. We become immune to this.
No, we are not immune to it. I'm not immune to it.
I'm not.
No one is immune to it. Nobody really wants
Well,
to watch that as entertainment.
I ran
They
into-
turn news into entertainment, and it's not entertaining.
Right.
You start the story on the beginning of David Muir's news with what's wrong. How about what's right? They'll never get viewers if they sit there and tell you what's right, because everything is right until somebody does something that is dangerous, treacherous, that's acting out, that's really terribly inappropriate. and then we run with that. And the police blotter is filled with it. Plus, they don't send reporters out
Right, just
not for the police
blotter.
stuff, the networks.
So the reporters, right?
So you got the coverage of all of these wars, and
Yeah.
and so much of it comes, in my opinion, from the Grand Auto theft.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the Super Mario Brothers. I think those video games they opened the door for more games that have more weapons. And the Japanese have gotten into that. They never used to have that kind of a culture, you know. They don't even carry guns. The police don't carry guns in Japan. And we stripped them of all their weapons after we won the war anyway. But you know what happens is we have a society of people who are idiots. They sit there and their kids, they babysit, the kids babysit by doing video games all day, shooting each other. Now,
Very
I'm not a
graphic.
purist where I say we shouldn't have anything. You know, and our friend Bruce Willis, who you're friends with, you know, Bruce Willis had the first of those violent movies where they blew up the tower. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then everybody followed suit. I mean, he wasn't the only one. I'm just saying Hollywood gave us a lot of violence on the screen with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Rambo and all of the various things that give us explosions and get rid of everything that's in the way. And then they come back, like what was the name of it? That cop that could never be killed, you know.
Arnold
The one with-
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. No. Yeah. What was the cop that was?
I don't watch those movies. I don't know.
You know they're here, don't you?
Who's
You
here?
know we have them.
Who's
We have these movies, right?
Oh, of course. I just don't watch. I don't watch violence.
You know
TV or
about 'em?
movies. Yeah, I stopped watching them after 9/11. I just after that. I just
Okay, well
stopped
that's a
watching
good
them.
resolve, I think.
Yeah.
But it's difficult to escape it when you have children. You have no children.
No.
You have no grandchildren. You have no frame of reference.
I don't
with-
have. Mary has more friends than I do.
Well, that's a dog.
Yeah,
All right, now
that's
the
what I
dog
should
is
be.
not going to watch violence on TV. The dog is going to watch you, and going to do what pleases you. Like when the baseball's on, what does she do?
Watches baseball.
Yankees?
She watches the pitch being thrown into home plate and barks at it. That's what she. But I tell her it's baseball. Mary has her ball. Where is she anyway? She's looking around here somewhere.
So you have a dog, and the dog is only impressed by
Leaves in the wind.
yeah, and baseball. Now
Yeah.
that's a nice life.
Yeah, no worries.
Not too real.
You know, it's real enough for her. The wind is a mystery to Mary.
Yeah.
Where is she? She's around there.
What does it matter where the dog is?
Oh, she's right there, and she's focused on a leaf, waiting for it to move in the wind. If we could be just like that, we would solve all the problems.
Oh yeah, right. That would definitely solve all the problems.
Kindness, curiosity, treating others. I mean, dogs don't generally get violent with each other. They just want to wag their tail and say hello.
Yeah. Well, how about the dogs that the owners that have the alligator?
Now that's an interesting story. You can tell that story. You just
The guy has an alligator. He rescued it from the Orlando pond in Disney, and he was not able to return it, according to the Department of Rescue. They can't return him into the wilderness, so he took the alligator home. And he has a bathtub, and he was depressed, and this took him out of his depression. He feeds the alligator regularly. He tosses the alligator Cheetos. It's like a flight on JetBlue.
a therapy.
Same thing.
Alligator. So my advice is don't let that alligator get too hungry. You got to keep feeding it.
Is that what you think? Do you think they're only all about eating?
I think if it gets too hungry, it's going to look at
You
that
haven't
guy.
been in the Everglades, have you?
I have been in there.
Have you seen alligators in the
Oh, yeah.
Everglades? Do you think they just eat?
They when they're hungry.
Obviously, Bob, everybody eats when they're hungry. You're not answering the question.
But they just were sitting there when I saw them.
I see. Sitting?
They were
Alligators are sitting,
They're lying there.
waiting to be made into a purse or a
Well,
wallet.
they're just lying there.
Yeah.
They were just moseying.
That was
chilling
you
out.
lying there. You're lying
No,
about the
no,
alligators.
no. I was looking at them. They're pretty big ones too. No, they're prehistoric.
Okay, what do they like?
Chicken.
No, they like birds.
Oh, they were. Yeah, of course. Who doesn't?
And in every one of your paintings is a pigeon.
Not every painting, but a lot of paintings.
Why?
You know, just to put an animal in there.
A pigeon is not an animal.
Sure it is.
Yeah? Would you
We all are
classify it?
animals.
Why do I have this discussion with you? It's like you're going to correct everything I say.
No,
What the
I'm
hell
just
is this
saying that
today?
we're all animals.
Why do you have a pigeon in all of your paintings?
Just the innocence of the birds, the idea that they have a whole different agenda than people do, and I don't know why. I don't know. Just keep it going.
Well, can I take a wild guess?
Sure.
Because you lived in New York. And they're
Yeah,
bothersome, and there's pigeons,
they're
and people
everywhere.
don't like pigeons in
Well,
New York.
I know they're underestimated. They're very smart, and we don't understand their honing capabilities. They know more than we do. They can fly using the magnetic field around the planet and know where they are. Homing pigeons. How do they do that? We need nav devices. We've got navigation, and I mean, I don't even know if they figured out how to turn the volume on the smart TV yet. I think they're still working on it. So, yeah, that's about it.
You're pigeonholing all of this.
I'm pigeonholing.
Yeah. So anyway, you have a painting every time with a pigeon. Is the one this Christmas have a pigeon in it?
No.
Okay, this is not about New York.
The last few have not, although the one with the rope, the tugboat where you're in it, has Ozzy the bird. What kind of bird was he again?
Cockatiel.
A cockatiel, right.
Yeah.
Very sensitive, very smart bird. Birds are very smart. Most of them, they can live a long life.
It's like a conversation with Chauncey Gardner.
And
Birds are smart.
and there'll be growth in the spring.
I like to watch.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Are we going to go somewhere with this conversation?
No, not there.
No?
No.
Why? Today's your off day?
Well,
Your day off.
It's Saturday. Let's timestamp it. October 15th, 2022. Thank God.
Are you out of material?
Yeah.
Did you have to sit here? What?
I like to,
Why
clap
don't you
it.
give us the weather?
It's going to rain in a couple hours. It's
We needed
50%.
you to have this conversation.
It's 50% chance of rain here in Florida every day.
The world is falling apart. You're going to give me
Oh,
subtropical
my God.
temperatures, right?
Well, it's 85, I think. Yeah, it could be.
Why do you live here?
I don't know. You know, Earth was where I was born, and so I'm here.
Okay, anyway, that's the end of our conversation today. I see we're going to milk this one.
Earth.
Yeah.
Mother Earth. We got to
Yeah.
take care of it.
It's been a lot of fun visiting you again.
Oh, yeah.
Let me take
Look at that cheesecake. You got to get this cheesecake. Joey Reynolds, cheesecake.com. It's the best cheesecake in the world, I'm telling you. I don't know how he did it, but
it's the best cake God ever created.
it's the best cake Joey ever created.
Yeah.
Creates them in his kitchen, and then he found a baker who can make 500 of them a day, and they're great. He just, we'll be shipping them out soon.
And I'm suing him.
But you are. Not yet. Wait.
Not yet.
No. It was a hit at the San Gennaro Festival in Little Italy, and that was fantastic test marketing.
Yeah.
But as soon as the shipping, Goldbelly and .com and all that.
Don't plug them.
Oh, okay.
They're overpriced.
I didn't plug them. And but as soon as it's shipped, you can get these shipping things going. You got to order it. It's just lovely. It's the best cheesecake, and it's good for you.
Well, I don't know about that.
That's good for the
It's good
soul.
for me.
It's good for the soul. A good piece of cheesecake, and slice it in portions, and then freeze it.
Yeah.
They don't freeze like ice. They freeze like it's ice cream, and it's fantastic frozen. Just fantastic.
Coming soon, my cakesicles.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Yeah.
cheesecakesicles.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we've exhausted
Oh,
this.
listen,
Yeah.
let's end it on a high note. Joey Reynolds, cheesecake.com. Way to do it.
Don't forget to vote.
Oh yeah, voting. Gotta vote.
Yeah. All right, it's Robert Fleischer, who is the usher,
And Joey Reynolds, who's the
patron of the arts.
you are you're the humorist,
What do they call me again?
the egalitarian.
Ego.
No,
Egotarian.
egalitarian humorist,
Oh,
which is you are inclusive. You include everybody. You are a clean slate when it comes to inclusion and goodwill towards all. And you left nailing the shoe to the door a long time ago.
Yeah, that was in Buffalo when I got fired, and I put a note in there that said, "Fill these, you a-hole."
That was not a good move, but it made you famous.
It was one of the things that kept me from working in other cities.
Yeah, but you know, I helped you fix that.
Yeah, but that guy became the president of ABC, and then I was foolish enough to go there for a job.
Yeah, but you did. You made amends. You said, "I'm sorry for nailing my shoe to the door."
And they said they were sorry for not giving me $300,000 a year.
That's right. See how that worked out? They saved $300,000. You didn't get it, and everybody's happy. And now you got this cheesecake. Fantastic creation.
Oh yeah,
It is.
Paul Newman.
Paul?
Yeah,
Paul up there.
more famous for his food than he is for his acting.
His favorite were the Newman's own peppermint patties. He loved
Yeah.
those peppermint patties. Yeah, they were great people.
Okay, so we're done. It's
It's a Reynolds wrap. Joey Reynolds, cheesecake.com. Go there now.